I know I said it before that Pokemon Snap is going to be one of the last NSO games, but it's still nice to see that I was wrong, and they're adding more to the expansion pack. Pokemon Puzzle League is the newest edition of the NSO expansion pack, which is a 2D puzzle game, which is in a similar vein to Street Fighter Puzzle Fighter, as well as Puyo Puyo-san. The game's objective is to match 4 of the same icons, and also create combos in order to kind of trump your enemy, and try to get as many combos as you can. It's a cult classic that a lot of people do love, and it's nice to see it make its way on the Switch, but how does it compare to the N64 classic? Today we're going to give a look and see how that works. A huge thank you to my friend Transmaster Flash on Instagram for letting me borrow his copy of Pokemon Puzzle League so I can review for you guys, and we can get started on that. Let's start out with the gameplay. The gameplay it's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, you're going to be matching blocks together, and you're going to be making sure to get as many combos as you can. When it comes to, let's say, controller lag or anything like that, I haven't really felt anything too crazy at all. It feels moderately one-to-one. I don't know if there's any like discrepancies or like that. I haven't like tested it to its fullest extent. However, I will say that if you're going to be probably cranking the difficulty up to, I say, V hard, you might see more of a difference there, just because the speed of the game might increase as well as the difficulty with the player. So you might have some discrepancies there, and I could absolutely see a lot of people having a much bigger problem fighting against the CPU just because of that. I'm not the best at Puzzle League, so I can't really give it my full when I'm playing Puzzle League, but hey, maybe if you guys know, let me know down in the comments below. The control layout is going to be its own thing. Like I've said in previous NSO titles, you can't really remap the buttons, so it's not really too big of a deal since the D-pad as well as the A buttons are going to be the only thing you're going to be using. However, you know, it's still nice to hopefully get a remapping, and that's something that I would like, but I don't think people are going to be having a problem with that at all. And here's where we're going to go into some subjective territory, which is the graphics. Like I said, in all NSO games, there is a smoothing filter that kind of smooths out a lot of the pixels and kind of creates a nice uniform look. But when it comes into 2D games, I'm not particularly a fan of this, just because I would say that it kind of ruins some of the pixelated look and the nature of the game, especially since it's a primarily 2D game, and that's something I'm not a fan of. And like I said, I am a fan of 2D games having raw pixel looks, but this is where I really hope that one day Nintendo goes back and is able to do two things, which is allow you to go into a pixel perfect representation, having those nice raw pixels, or having the smoothing filter to have everything smooth out. But having that choice of either or would be a really great feature to have, and even scan lines too, where you can put on the raw pixels, because it creates a lovely, beautiful effect while every pixel is represented, but it has a really nice mash of what it looks like. I truly do wish that Nintendo would do something like this, and I feel like it's long overdue for something like that, but like I said, this goes into subjective territory. Some people like this and some people don't. Though I will admit, the smoothing filter does look really good on the anime cutscenes, since everything is a little bit more smooth out and a little bit more uniform instead of the pixelated look, which kind of ages the anime cutscenes ever so slightly. But like I said, that's going to be a subjective territory. Some people will like and some people won't. So keep that in mind, but it's still something cool to know. And like I mentioned, you're going to be seeing some of the fire, ice, and water icons kind of being a little bit smudged, as well as some of the text. So if you're not too big of a fan of having like these really smudgy tests, you're not going to like the NSO version, just because all of that is smoothed out. There isn't a raw pixel look to it, which is how I prefer. And I do feel that you get more out of the raw pixel look, and it's a lot more easy to see. It's a lot more legible, and like I said, it's akin to a lot of 2D games, especially like Puyo Puyo right here, where you can see everything is beautifully looked and ornate when it's displayed on your TV, and that's just something I'm not a fan when it comes into the 2D smoothing. Honestly, that's it for Pokemon Puzzle League. It's a very, very simple game as it comes, but it does have a huge cult following, which is why I really wanted to cover it. And I think it's going to be dependent on you, whether you do like having a smoothing filter, whether you don't. But I think for people who just want to play this game, really get some out of it, you're not going to have a problem with it at all. It's going to suffice and you'll be happy with it. But just know that There could be some things that Nintendo could do, but I think for people who just want to casually play this, you'll be fine and you'll be happy. But what do you guys think? What is your opinion on Pokemon Puzzle League? Does it look great on the N64 because of that raw pixel look? But does the smoothing filter look much more uniform and looks much better? Let me know down below in the comments what you think. We could have a nice discussion. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you love these little comparisons. And if you do want to see all the other NSO comparisons I've done, you can see them right here. And also, I wanted to give a thank you to all the people supporting the channel right here, as well as Telsrob and PowerMat and the people on Patreon. Thank you guys. I appreciate you, and I'll see you very soon.